believe that the biggest challenge we face today, probably and unsurprisingly, is finding smart ways of dealing with the challenges pressed by the climate crisis. And you can say that since cities and the built environment is one of the main consumers and sort of contributors to CO2 emissions, we architects could actually play a crucial role in dealing with this issue. And I think one of the challenges that sustainability and the sustainable movement has been suffering from is the fact that sustainability has been seen as this sort of general question of how much of our existing quality of life are we prepared to sacrifice in order to become sustainable. Essentially, this idea of sustainability as a moral burden that you have to bear, or like a the sort of Protestant idea that it has to hurt to do good. So if everybody thinks that sustainable life is less fun than normal life, then nobody's going to opt for it. So what I think as a challenge to architects is to realize that sustainability is not a moral burden. It's not a political dilemma. It's a design challenge. It's essentially a question of making sure that we organize our cities and buildings in ways where we actually allow people to maintain and even improve their quality of life, but doing so in a both sort of economically and environmentally sustainable way. For this, we have invented a term we call hedonistic sustainability, which should be the idea of how sustainable life could be even more fun than normal life. And just to name a few examples, for instance, like in the city of Copenhagen, our harbor water, our industrial harbor water, has become so clean that you can swim in it. So one of our first designs was the Copenhagen harbor bath that allows essentially to extend social life and public life into the water. Instead of like commuting for 2 hours to go to the beach, you can actually just jump in the port. And as a very recent example, we just designed and won a competition to design a new waste-to-energy plant in Copenhagen. It's essentially a giant factory that transforms trash into heat and power. And because this building is going to be the biggest building in Copenhagen, it's going to be 100 meters tall, it's going to have a giant roof. We propose to sort of give it a social program also. So Copenhagen actually has the climate, but it doesn't have the topography for skiing. So what we propose is that people can actually take the elevator along the chimney all the way to the roof of the building, and there they can go out on this giant man-made roofscape that provides a black, a blue, and a green ski slope all the way down to the foot of the chimney, and then they can go back up again. So as a result, this sort of factory, instead of being like a big box blocking the view and casting shadows on the surroundings, it becomes this sort of man-made mountain where the citizens of Copenhagen can finally sort of enjoy the cold weather and actually ski. And I think in the future could make Danish athletes dangerous in the World Cup of skiing. So I think this sort of approach to hedonistic sustainability would be a way of meeting one of the biggest challenges the world faces, essentially finding like desirable ways to deal with climate change.